just refresh your screen. But also, the phone lines are lit up all the time when we get to Relationship Thursday. Ted London will be on in a few minutes. Lovely to have him each and every week. And of course, Relationship Thursday. I think you're gonna love this one. Relationships have ended prematurely because of people's imaginations. Perception. Okay, I'm sorry. Imagination. I like that one better. But watch this. Guys, you're going to be ready to call in. That'll be great. The Obama Center. If you're under a rock, even if you're under a rock, you know that the Obama Center opened up today. This is just a beautiful ceremony today. I heard that LL Cool J, Common, Stevie Wonder, so many others have flooded through the Obama Presidential Center already.
Yeah.
They're getting it warm for you.
Weren't you watching?
No, I was not.
Oh.
Because I'm going to watch the whole thing when I can sit down and watch it.
Okay.
I was doing some things to prepare for tomorrow because we're going to be there all day.
We're going to be there all day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there all day.
Why
but
not?
VON will be there all day.
You're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock with me.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that. How you getting there?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Oh, my goodness.
Take them a park and then Uber or park and then walk.
That's what I was thinking. Should I just take my bike?
Yeah. So that being said, yes, Stevie Wonder performed and spoke. Jennifer Hudson sang the national anthem.
Nice. Wait, which one?
Which national anthem.
Okay, so she didn't sing the Black national anthem. Okay.
And then Christina Aguilera sang.
I heard she was tearing her behind to get here. She was serious.
Yeah, she sang beautifully.
Yeah.
Both of them did. So it's been a star-studded event, to say the least. George W. Bush is there.
John Legend also.
Yes.
I heard that he was there.
I want to go through the former presidents.
Sure.
They're all here.
Mm-hmm.
So, except
well, you said former.
Yeah. So that Biden is here. Bill Clinton is here. The Clintons are here. And so it was really fantastic to see such pomp and circumstance for the Obamas.
Yeah.
And it reminded you of when they were in office. That's pretty much like how it was. And so, they have met the moment, the gravitas of the moment, they have met it. And I look forward to helping to archive the history in tomorrow.
I think of one thing. I think welcome home. I do. I think that they are really in the heart of their home. It is such. Did you see the clip that Melody did? She voiced a clip about the picture, the what is it called? The portrait. That's what I want to say. The portrait that was done on the Obamas and how every fabric of their life and history and legacy and everything that got them through is in that picture. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I am.
I want to say the word official. I couldn't think of the word official. Official portrait.
I love the statement "Welcome home."
Yeah,
because it the Obama Center feels like Chicago. The Obamas here feels normal, feels right, and we are so excited to have this beautiful structure on the South Side. Again, I cannot tell you how many South Side faces I've seen working in there.
Yeah,
and I love that the people from that community gets benefit from it the most.
So has there been reports of how friendly they are? Can you only imagine?
I don't need reports. I saw it.
Yeah. Because I tell you
what,
I walked into an establishment today and they weren't that friendly and they looked like us.
No.
I'm tired of it.
They were beyond friendly, beyond kind, and beyond helpful. And so everybody there just has an energy about them. Everything is so fresh and so new. When I turned into the TV this morning, I think the Roots were performing. I mean, you name it, they showed out.
Yeah.
They showed up and showed out. So we are so excited for WVON to be a part of that, starting at 7 a.m. with the Rufus Williams Show. Every show is going to go through and be at the Obama Center on tomorrow in Radio Row. Miss Cleopatra thereafter, Matt McGill, and of course, Atiba. We bring it home. We anchor the ship.
We're gonna be the Blacks tomorrow.
I love it.
Juneteenth.
Yes. And so, guys, sit tight. We got a lot going on. 3:30. We're gonna get back. We're gonna get our clock back on schedule. We're gonna be joined by Attorney Ted London for the Legal Line, as we are every Thursday. And again, as LaDonna alluded to a moment ago, we've got a fantastic Relationship Thursday for today. You do not want to miss it.
What's it about?
It's about the power of perception, right? How a perception of a thing can impact your relationship, not the reality of it, how you perceive it. It's going to be a great conversation. You're listening to Atiba and LaDonna Raeh. We'll be right back.
Hope you're having a thriving Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here it's happening in your local and national news. The Obama Presidential Center is celebrating its grand opening in Chicago. Today, former President Barack Obama spoke along with former First Lady Michelle Obama.
Democracy can be frustrating. It can be slow. It can be inefficient. And yet, more than anything, I hope this center will serve as an affirmation of just how special, how precious our democracy truly is. Our daughters were born right down the street. This is where we bought our first home. This is where our kids took their first steps. This is where I launched my candidacy for the Illinois State Senate. Joe, we started as running mates and ended as family. And we would not be here without you.
8 years in the crucible, and not once did you melt from the heat. Not once did you let it harden you. You used it to reveal your truest essence, your stubborn optimism and unflinching courage, your dazzling brilliance and unpretentious decency, your ferocious work ethic, and absolutely unshakable moral fiber.
The White House says that the memorandum is now in effect. Former presidents, including Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Joe Biden, were all in attendance. Performers included Stevie Wonder, Bruce Springsteen, and Bono. The Obama Presidential Center will officially open to the public on Friday, which is Juneteenth. In other news, Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle says the county is awarding $5 million to 9 community organizations for violence intervention work. Another $15 million in new funding opening for applications on July 1st. The announcement as the county reports a dramatic drop in gun violence over the past several years. A virtual information session is set for June 25th. More information is available at cookcountyil.gov/JAC grants. In other news, President Trump is confirming the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the U.S. and Iran. Vice President J.D. Vance says a deal with Iran is already bearing real fruits for the American people. He provided an update during a White House press conference this morning.
The only way the Iranians get any of those resources, not a single penny, by the way, from the United States of America under any circumstances, but the only way that they would ever get any benefit of the bargain is if they comply fully and change their behavior. And so you really have a win-win situation for the United States of America. If the Iranians don't change their behavior, their military and their nuclear program is still destroyed. If they do change their behavior, then they are going to have a transformative relationship with the Middle East. The United States isn't giving up a cent of money to Iran, and even the economic benefits, the sanctions relief and so forth that comes along with this bargain only happens if the Iranians perform.
Vance said 12.5 million barrels of oil traveled through the Strait of Hormuz overnight. He also reiterated that Iran's nuclear program has been destroyed. A memorandum of understanding between the two countries has been signed by President Trump yesterday. A signing ceremony in Geneva had been set for tomorrow, but that has now been canceled. And the World Cup is back underway. Czechia and South Africa ended in a draw in Atlanta as the second group stage matches starting today. Switzerland will face off against Bosnia-Herzegovina and Englewood, California. Later, Canada will go to battle against Qatar in Vancouver. In the nightcap, Mexico and South Korea will play each other in Guadalajara. I'm Looking Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Catch Reverend Al Sharpton online at WVON.com or on the WVON app. Just click the Al Sharpton banner. Tune in every day at 12 noon for your daily dose. And if you miss it, catch the overnight replay from midnight to 3 a.m. We're keeping it real with Al Sharpton on WVON 1690.
Reverend Al told you personally, keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
Chicago, are you ready to ride through art, culture, and pure Bronzeville magic? The Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour is back every third Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Hop aboard our double-decker trolley buses for a night of art, community, and unforgettable vibes. For powerful exhibits at Blanc Gallery to creative expressions at the Bronzeville Art Lofts to cultural treasures at Fay African Art and the soul-stirring brilliance of Gallery Gashard. Each stop is a whole experience. This is not just a tour, it's a moving celebration of Bronzeville's heartbeat. Meet the artist, feel the rhythm, bring your friends, bring your energy. June 19th, July 17th, August 21st, and September 18th, every third Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. And it's free to ride the Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour. 20 years strong and still rolling. Tap in for the culture. Tap in for the ride. RSVP now at Eventbrite and search the Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour 2026. See you there.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart, it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. The Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is now only $9.90. Plus, free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Ernesto Borges. I'd like to invite you to join me for the Borges Report for lively discussions about legal matters, politics, government, entertainment, and the topics that concern you in your life. Start your Sunday the Borges way with the Borges Report.
The Borges Report with Ernesto Borges, Sunday mornings at 9 on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is sponsored by AutoZone. Get in the zone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help you troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and help you save time and money down the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Father's Day is Sunday, June 21st, and WVON invites you to honor the fathers and father figures who have made a lasting impact on your life. Whether it's your father, grandfather, uncle, mentor, coach, or another special man who helped guide your journey, we want to hear your tribute. Call 773-336-3456 and leave a heartfelt message, or download the WVON app and use the open mic feature to record your greeting. Your message may be featured on the air, so be sure to tell your family and friends to tune in, because every great story has someone who helped write it. This Father's Day, help us celebrate the men who made a difference. Call 773-336-3456 or download the WVON app and use the open mic feature to leave a message. Happy Father's Day from the Talk of Chicago, WVON.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ansel Johnson, Clinical Director at Vision Salon Eye Care Associates. Good vision isn't a luxury. It's essential to everything that you do, from digital devices, driving, reading, even watching your grandchildren grow. Our team brings over 50 years of combined experience and treats every patient like family. We carry a variety of eyewear, including some African-American collections that fit you, your prescription, and let you express your true style. And if you're living with diabetes, glaucoma, or hypertension, our expert care can help you protect your vision for the years ahead. Don't wait. Call or text 708-385-0013. Again, 708-385-0013 for an appointment, or visit visionsalon.com today. Be well, see well, and be blessed.
Don't take your vision for granted. Optometrist Dr. Ansel Johnson and Vision Salon can see what you can't. For eye care and eyewear, visit visionsalon.com.
This Juneteenth, Vine TV invites you to celebrate the journey, the resilience, and the promise of Black America. Black excellence then, now, next. Join us for a full day of special programming, honoring the stories that shaped us, the achievements inspiring us today, and the future we're building together. See Otis's dream. Witness the courage of one man's perilous journey to cast his ballot in rural Georgia in 1946. A powerful reminder that freedom has always required sacrifice, determination, and hope.
Wounded, but never give up. Denied, but never accepting that denial. Insulted, but refusing to accept the insult inwardly, and thereby setting an example and a memory for generations unborn.
Then experience the premiere of an original Vine TV production celebrating the spirit of literacy, creativity, and community. WVON Chicago Read In Literacy Live. Through music, spoken word, dance, and theatrical storytelling, books come alive in an unforgettable event designed to educate, inspire, and uplift. Black Excellence Then, Now, Next. All day Juneteenth. Only on Vine TV. Vine TV is available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV Plus, the WVON app, or at VON.tv. Vine TV. Honor the past, celebrate the present, inspire the future. It's Rufus Williams. Every weekday morning from 7 to 9, I break down what's really going on, politics, power, and the people shaping our communities. Think of it like your morning newspaper, headlines, context, and what it actually means, so you can take it in, sit with it, and move smarter through your day. If you're part of the Roo Crew, you already know. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, the comments are a whole other show. A family reunion happening in real time. Listen live or on the WVON app, or join us on Facebook Live. It's the Rufus Williams Show, weekdays 7 to 9, right here on 1690 WVON.
This is Kamini Khan, certified financial planner professional. For the past year, I've been on a mission to change lives and build wealth in our community. Together, we're changing the paradigm. This year, I'm back with a new series, Wealth Strategies, Money Talks. Join me every Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. on the Rufus Williams Show as we have thoughtful discussions around building wealth in our community. We'll discuss topics like investing, savings, tax strategies, retirement, and all things money. Yes, that's Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. So set those alarms. Also, be sure to check out the podcast at WVONWealthShow.com.
Komini Khan is a certified financial planner professional with Optimal Planning Partners in alliance with Equitable Advisors, LLC member SIPC in Oak Brook, Illinois. For more information, please call 630-575-5046.
This report is sponsored by America 250. This 4th of July, celebrate America's Block Party, a can't-miss concert at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, hosted by America's 250. See music performances, patriotic tributes, and kick off Giving Forth to make it the largest day of giving. Get your $1,776 tickets at america250.org/LA.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. It's time for the 3:30 Focus with Ted London, powered by the law offices of Ted London and Associates.
Till you tell me all about it, I got ways to make you tell me all. I got some special ways to do. Till you tell me all. I got some special ways to make you tell me, baby, 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 the weaknesses. Tell me.
Hey, whenever you hear smooth sounds, you know it has to be brought by attorney Ted London. And you know that means it is time for the legal line. Attorney, welcome. How are you?
Well, good afternoon, Mr. Atiba, Dr. LaDonna Raeh. Good afternoon to both of you. I am happy to be here, as always, on every Thursday here on WVON on the legal line. Thanks for having me again.
Amen to that. I know we're a little pressed for time because of a programming earlier, so I just want to give you the opportunity, should you decide to take it, to hop right into things.
Well, let's get going. I have to say again how much of a pleasure and a privilege it is to be with you guys every Thursday. Thank you. Can't go without saying hello to my wonderful wife, Kelly, who is tuning in this afternoon. To all of you who are tuning in this afternoon, thank you as well. Happy early Father's Day to all the fathers here in Chicagoland. And congratulations to the Obamas on the completion of the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago as well. It's a beautiful presidential center. It's going to be a great weekend this weekend, but I think we are all owed a congratulations because the citizens of Chicago and the state of Illinois are the ones who put the Obama family in that position. So we owe ourselves a congratulations as well. So to all of us, congratulations to us.
Amen to that. Yes.
One other quick thing, there was going to be an event at Amani Village this Saturday sponsored by Trinity United Church of Christ. It is canceled. So I was going to be one of the speakers there. It was an event sponsored and hosted by Trinity United Church of Christ at Amani Village on 95th Street. So just so all of you who are listening, who are scheduled to go there this Saturday, make some new arrangements for yourself. This event is canceled. Got it. Now, I want to get into this quickly if I can, Dr. Raeh. I know this is Relationship Thursday. I love Relationship Thursday like all the other listeners do. A lot of great information, a lot of great stories, a lot of great laughs. Today, I want to talk about relationships with our fathers. We have Father's Day coming up this Thursday, and we have so many clients who are men who come in and they don't have good relationships with their children. And my question is, are our relationships with our fathers even valuable anymore these days? It seems to me that there's so many children, adult folks, who distance themselves from their aging fathers, and they don't seem to value their relationships with their fathers like they do their moms. This is brought onto light, one, by we have so many clients. I hear these stories over and over again, how the children are distanced from their dads. But I have a tenant in one of my properties, 89-year-old gentleman. He was telling me a story the other day with tears in his eyes. He was telling me that he has 4 children, and only one of them, he only speaks to one of his children. And I was asking him, and he's 89 years old, so that means his children must be what, 70s?
60, 65?
He's 80, so 65 to 70, let's say. And he said he hasn't spoken to his children in years, all with the exception of one. And I asked him, well, why is that? He didn't really know. He couldn't give me an answer. But what he did tell me was that the children had been upset with him because he and his wife got divorced. And as a result of the divorce, they have distanced themselves from the dad for decades. And so why do people, children, adult children, why do they distance themselves from their fathers, particularly when their fathers are aging? It is likely that the fathers would need them more than ever. Yes.
I was getting excited when you said this because, as you know, I firsthand. Okay. I believe that it can stem from a couple of different ways. I'll keep it short. Sometimes mothers take on the hero syndrome and they badmouth the fathers, even though they're keeping the children away from the fathers. And as they keep them away from the fathers, the children take on the characteristics of the mother. The mother, if she's angry, they're angry. If she's disappointed in them, they're disappointed in them. And that grows and festers. And then when it comes time when he actually needs them and he didn't feel comfortable enough to reach out during that time and time has passed, now you have this disconnection of relationship and now dad needs you. That right there is definitely an issue that I can speak to. On the other side of that, if you have a father that wasn't quite there as you saw fit as a child or when you needed them, and then they grow into this aging element of dealing with these ailments that they have been stricken with, then it will make it harder for you to give in and devote that time to take care of that father.
Well, LaDonna, that's actually a great point. Because I think some of that is occurring with some of the relationships with some of the men that I'm hearing from. So my question is, can fathers be forgiven? Fathers be forgiven. Fathers aren't perfect. Many of them didn't have their own fathers. Can fathers be forgiven? And that being said, are we now devaluing fathers because they weren't perfect men or fathers? And so because they weren't perfect at a young age or whatever age, are we now just totally discounting them and disvaluing them, and with throwing them to themselves when they may need some assistance? Quick story about my own dad. I had one of those kind of relationships with my own father. My father never really knew his father very well, was not a great father. I was angry about it until I was middle-aged. Finally, I decided I don't think I want this kind of relationship with my dad. And I reached back to get to know my dad. As it turns out, my dad was a good guy. He was a nice guy. He was a funny guy. I liked him. Now, I did get some time with my dad. Dad passed away young age, 68 years old. So I got a couple of good years in with my dad, but I still miss him today. No, he wasn't a good dad. I did forgive him. Do love him, still do. He was a great guy, and he told me some of his stories of his life and some things that was sad for him, but we laughed about them. We just cracked up about some of the things that he did, some of the mistakes he made, and some of the foolishness that he was involved in. It was hilarious. He laughed. I never laughed so hard, but he was still important. And as a man, even in 40 years old or so, he still gave me some great information I'm still eating on and chewing on today. So notwithstanding where he came from, his background, and what age I was when I connected with him, I still got some valuable information from him. And I'm still, even though he's passed away, I'm still chewing on that same information and wisdom that he departed to me. So I don't know if folks is saying, Dad made some mistakes. I don't like him. He wasn't there when I needed him, and I'm not going to be there when he needs me. And so can fathers be forgiven?
Yeah, fathers can be forgiven, but they have to ask for forgiveness. I'm not saying that that's an absolute, but if you have someone who's acting as if they don't know what the reasons are, and when you bring them to your dad, and they still don't acknowledge or take accountability, it's kind of hard to forgive someone that doesn't take accountability.
Well, you know what, LaDonna? Please forgive me, LaDonna. You know what, LaDonna? Oftentimes, at least sometimes, fathers may not know the real story of why the children have the disdain for them that they do. Because sometimes, you just said it yourself, the children have been fed stories and things are not quite true, one-sided, not accurate. And sometimes the father's not even quite sure what the issue is to apologize for. But no one's perfect. And I assure you, who's not perfect either? Moms. They're not perfect either. But we hold this against our fathers, and I see this in our office, and the gentlemen are hurt. Sometimes they are bewildered by the distance from their children. It pains them. And I see very little forgiveness in our community when it comes to our fathers who may have made mistakes. Sure, they drank too much, they smoked cigarettes, they did these things. That's what the culture was then. That's what the culture was then for some of them. And we hold it against them. And I come to the conclusion that my dad did the best that he could. He did the best that he could. I turned out okay. They had a great mother. Thanks for that. But I'm not holding it and did not hold that against my father because he made some mistakes. We talked about it. We laughed about it. And I'm better for it. And I'm thankful that I got to spend the time with my dad that I did. Wish I had more time. Still need him today.
Did your mother pour negative aspects into you about your father?
My mother did not. My mother was not one of those ladies who my mother didn't have to pour negative things into my sister, myself, about my father. He did a great job of that himself.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother didn't need to. She didn't need to do that. We saw that with our own eyes. Okay. But notwithstanding that, again, when I got to know him, and I was angry and bitter about it for years, but when I got to know him, I understood his story. Oftentimes, many of these children, they don't understand the backstory of their own fathers, so they can't forgive him because they don't know. So I had all that anger and bitterness too, but I did forgive. And you know who benefited from the forgiveness?
You
Me.
did. Yeah.
Me. I did. And I appreciate it. I'm so grateful that I did that for myself. So again, some of these adult children I'm talking about, I'm not talking about 15, 20-year-olds. I'm talking 40 and 50-year-olds. They are still missing out on some of the wisdom and some of the history of families that they don't even know about, and that's important to them because they're so angry and bitter with their own dads, and they have not forgiven them, but they don't hold the same disdain against some of their moms who oftentimes, well, at least sometimes, are really putting these children in a position to think the way that they do about their fathers. This is Father's Day. I'm in support of fathers today.
Amen. What made you bring, I know this Father's Day, what made you bring it from this perspective so that, you know, what do you want people to walk away with listening to today's segment?
Now, that's why you are the professional that you are, because that's a great question. Here's what I think folks should be doing. I think folks should be forgiving their dads. And I don't think it takes a real big powwow for dad to come and beg for forgiveness. Men aren't going to do that. A 70, 75-year-old man is not going to do that. Okay? I don't think it's incumbent for him to do that. Oftentimes, he doesn't even know what he's apologizing for. Just forgive him. Forgive him. And try to get to know him and get to understand his story and his life and his backstory, some of his pains and setbacks and letdowns and disappointments. Forgive him. And oftentimes they aren't asking for anything. They don't need you. They don't need your money, but they would like to get to know their child and children and grandchildren and have a little respect shown to them as opposed to the disrespect and disdain that often I hear these men tell me that they get from their children. That's sad. It's sad.
Very well said, Attorney London, and very timely, again, considering the time of year that it is. Why is it you think that mothers are innately and intrinsically given more deference and grace, even when they're not, even when they fall short of the goal?
Well, we know why. They feed us, they breastfeed us, they nurture us the best they can, even if it's not always. Sometimes even that's not perfect. They're closer to us than sometimes our dads are, because sometimes our dads, even historically, have been pushed out of the homes intentionally by society, by a whole number of factors. So our mothers are there. We see them doing the best that they can, even when it's not perfect. So this isn't really about the moms. I don't want to make this about the moms. I want to make this about children and their fathers. Forgive your dads. Don't let another Father's Day go by without calling and wishing your father a happy Father's Day. Listen, please don't do this. Please don't send your dad a funky happy Father's Day text. Keep it. Keep it. He doesn't need it. Please call your father and wish him a happy Father's Day. And if you can see him, go see him and take him some dinner or take him out to dinner and just get to know him and forgive him. If you forgive your father, when it comes time for you to be forgiven, perhaps one of your children will forgive you, because none of you parents are perfect. You all make mistakes. And we hold this against our dads. And I don't know why. And I hear the stories. I have the gentleman who's my tenant in his late 80s, and he's tearing up because he doesn't talk to his children. And that's unfortunate.
Hold on, Ted. Hey, Dad. Hey, I just called to say I love you.
Thank you.
All right. Gotta go.
Attorney London, you talked about you forgiving your father. Can you articulate a bit more on the power behind that and what it meant to you? Again, just for your benefit to do that.
I'm going to tell you two big things. Again, I'm so glad that I was able to reel myself in and forgive my dad and get to know my dad, because he was so funny. He was hilarious. He was a good guy. He was a smart guy. He was a good-looking guy. He was taller than me, good-looking guy. Wish I looked like my dad. And he told me some of the stories of some of the tomfoolery that he got into. Wow, that's why he wasn't there. Because I do. Where were you? And he told me some of the stuff that he was getting into. Hilarious. And so we laughed about it. Here's what's unfortunate. I had some of his same characteristics for a while. So I got it. But it was a refreshing for me to get to know my dad. I miss him. I still need him. One quick thing about dad as well. One of the reasons why I married my wife, Kelly, and this was really important to me, was because Kelly loved her father. She loved her father. And I thought to myself, and I had been single for many, many years, almost 2 decades after my first divorce, and that was a horrible marriage. And, and I had dated some time, and I dated some ladies, and many of them did not have good relationships with their dads. And it occurred to me, I'm not marrying a lady that doesn't have a good relationship with her dad. I'm just not doing it. And when I met Kelly, she loved her father. She had a good relationship with her father. She cared for her father. And my notion was, well, if she cares for her dad, she'll do the same for me. And guess what? I was right. She does. Mm-hmm. And so I wasn't marrying a lady who didn't have a good relationship with her dad, and she couldn't explain to me, hey, LaDonna, I know we have to go. One last thing. I know when I used to talk to Perry on the line, Perry used to watch Snapped all the time. And Snapped is one of my shows on Saturday Night Watch Snapped. Now, you know how white kids do? Those white kids, the father will kill the mother. Literally kill her, stab her 50 times and shoot her 20 times. And you know what those white kids will say? Dad's in jail for life. Well, he's the only dad I have. I still love my dad. They will not disown their dad. Even after he has killed their mother. But Black folks, we throw our dads out just because, again, we were ignorant to how to be fathers, and we didn't know some things, and hey, listen, flat out made some mistakes. And we throw our fathers out, never to return to the roots to be cared for, or even for the children to get some information from their dads that's really going to be vital to them. And it's unfortunate for all the families. Where's Art with his call talking about strengthening Black family?
There you go.
Family by making sure that you keep connected with your fathers, no matter what your age is. It's going to be beneficial.
It's Father's Day, guys, and that's more than just the name of the holiday, right?
Thank you, Atiba. I couldn't have said that any better.
Yep. Well, Attorney London, thank you so much for coming on today.
Yes,
and dropping your pearls of wisdom.
And happy Father's Day.
And happy Father's Day.
Mr. Atiba, Dr. LaDonna Raeh, I thank you both so much for allowing me to, what do they call this, LaDonna, when people do what I just did?
Rant? No,
rant.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's exactly the word. That's exactly the word, Dr. LaDonna. Thank you for allowing me to rant this day. Happy Father's Day to you all. Please, please, please call your dads.
I love that.
Until next week, Attorney London.
My pleasure. Thanks so much, Atiba.
I feel strongly about that, guys. Let's go to news, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, it's Relationship Thursday. We'll be right back.
Happy Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. New license renewal rules for senior Illinois drivers start July 1st. Retired Marine Corps Major James Capers to receive Medal of Honor. FBI warns fans about fake FIFA websites. And Lil Nas X shares update on mental health. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
Do you tell me all about it?
I'm Kevin Brown on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. The first tropical storm of the season is formed and is now churning in the Gulf. It's expected to move inland at the Texas border with Louisiana.
The main threat from Arthur is going to be a prolonged multi-day heavy rainfall event that could produce dangerous to life-threatening flash flooding.
That's National Hurricane Center Director Dr. Michael Brennan. The storm Arthur expected to weaken after making landfall, but will still present a major flood threat to the region through Friday. Arthur may bring what the National Hurricane Center calls the potential for life-threatening flash flooding. The fatal shooting of a 1-year-old child by a police officer in Mississippi is sparking outrage. NBC correspondent George Solis reports the incident happened Sunday in Santobia when police say they responded to a shoplifting call at a Walmart and encountered 2 adults and a child in a parking lot.
Authorities say the 2 adults, now identified by the family's lawyer as the boy's mother and her friend, tried tried to get away, driving toward and nearly hitting an officer. Another officer then firing at the car.
The three later turned up in a hospital where the child was pronounced dead. One of the adults is in critical condition. The officer has been placed on administrative leave. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation has launched a probe into the shooting. The child's grandmother, LaShonda Williams, says she wants answers.
I'm more angry because the situation that took place really was unnecessary. What I'm hearing from what happened, it was unnecessary.
Nicole Wiley, sister of the injured woman, says that according to witnesses, one of the adults was seen in the parking lot carrying a box of diapers.
Policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
A district judge has blocked the 2025 ACA rule citing insufficient data and inadequate agency justification. The ruling by the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland came after the city of Chicago challenged the federal rule changes proposed by the Trump administration under the Affordable Care Act. The court found that the government failed to provide enough data or a meaningful explanation for the changes, leading to a provision being deemed unreasonable and not adequately explained. The city of Chicago, along with a coalition of cities and advocates, sued the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary for violating the Administrative Procedure Act, arguing that the rule would increase healthcare costs and restrict access to ACA coverage. The court's decision eliminates several provisions of the rule, including a $5 junk fee on automatic re-enrollees and changes that would have raised families' annual healthcare costs significantly. A federal judge has halted the U.S. National Park Service from removing or altering slavery and civil rights exhibits in national parks, ordering the restoration of materials already taken down. The ruling temporarily stops a Trump-era policy that directed parks to remove content critical of U.S. history. The judge's decision limits how the National Park Service can make changes to historical displays and requires the restoration of removed exhibits. Advocacy groups filed a lawsuit challenging the policy, arguing it violated the Administrative Procedure Act and undermined the integrity of national parks. The ruling supports an effort to maintain historical accuracy in public sites and emphasizes the importance of preserving the full scope of American history in national parks. I'm Kevin Brown on your home for Black News First, the Black Information Network.
Summer is here, the season of sunshine, fireworks, and the freedom to enjoy what matters the most. And at United Fidelity Bank, they believe freedom starts with smart savings. Whether you're grilling with friends, riding bikes with the family, or watching fireworks light up the night, your money should be working just as hard as you do. That's why this summer, you can open up a 6-month certificate of deposit with a 4.15% annual percentage yield. It's a simple, steady way to grow your savings without giving up the freedom of summer fun. At United Fidelity Bank, they don't just focus on numbers, they focus on you, your goals, your questions, and the kind of personal service you won't find at a big box bank. Because at United Fidelity Bank, you get the experience you need and the service you deserve. Stop by their Chicago flagship branch at 1701 West 87th Street to open your 6-month 4.15% APY CD today or anytime at UnitedFidelity.com. United Fidelity Bank, where your summer of smart savings begins.
Rates subject to change at any time. CDs renew automatically to the standard rate in effect at the time of renewal unless instructed otherwise. Member FDIC.
Smart conversations with smart people makes us smarter. And that's exactly what you get on Bound and Woven with Rufus Williams. This isn't surface level talk. This is where authors become experts, where books become blueprints, and where ideas are challenged, not just discussed. From Colin Woodard on Nations Apart, to Gloria J. Brown Marshall breaking down the history of protests in America, to Gary Tyler sharing a story of resilience and redemption in Stitching Free. These are not interviews. These are conversations that matter, because every book has a story and every story has a deeper meaning. Bound and Woven with Rufus Williams on Bond TV. You can catch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV+, the WVON app, and VON.TV.
That's the sound of the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, saving you money and energy. With rebates on Energy Star appliances, so you can come back to a home full of savings. Discover more ways to save at ComEd.com/home savings. ComEd, powering lives.
It's time to focus with Robert McKay. Quality conversation, protecting, preserving, and preparing our past, present, and future. Sunday evenings at 4 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free so you can drive with peace of mind. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Staying physically active can improve mood, energy, sleep, and heart health. Even a short walk each day can make a meaningful difference. And that's your healthy reminder.
This healthy reminder is sponsored in part by U Chicago Medicine.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2025, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-260-7590. That's 800-260-7590. Find out if you qualify today, 800-260-7590, or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Chicago, are you ready to ride through art, culture, and pure Bronzeville magic? The Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour is back every third Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Hop aboard our double-decker trolley buses for a night of art, community, and unforgettable vibes. For powerful exhibits at Blanc Gallery, to creative expressions at the Bronzeville Art Lofts, to cultural treasures at Fay African Art and the soul-stirring brilliance of Gallery Gashard. Each stop is a whole experience. This is not just a tour, it's a moving celebration of Bronzeville's heartbeat. Beat the artist, feel the rhythm, bring your friends, bring your energy. June 19th, July 17th, August 21st, and September 18th, every third Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. And it's free to ride the Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour. 20 years strong and still rolling. Tap in for the culture. Tap in for the ride. RSVP now at Eventbrite and search the Bronzeville Art District Trolley Tour 2026. See you there.
Dreaming of owning a home? Fifth Third Bank is here to help get you there. Our down payment assistance programs open doors for families across Chicago. Whether you're buying your first home or planning for the future, we'll guide you every step of the way. Because of Fifth Third, we believe homeownership builds stronger communities. This is banking a Fifth Third better. Visit 53.com to learn more. That's 53.com. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Member FDIC.
This report is brought to you by Bank of America. Bank of America sponsors the FIFA World Cup 2026, dedicated to offering solutions to help businesses meet their goals locally and globally. More at bankafamerica.com/game changers.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic 33 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80. Slow go 16 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80 94. Stop and go traffic due to construction 25 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Stop and go traffic 51 minutes. Eisenhower Wolfto Post Office. Stop and go traffic 50 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare. Stop and go traffic an hour and 16 minutes. And Eden's Montrose Lake Cook, please be cautious. There is an accident reported. Eden's at Dempster Street, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Breezy, beautiful Chicago, partly cloudy, and scattered showers later tonight, high of 75 and a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 77 and a low of 60. It's currently 72 degrees and mostly cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON, 1690 AM.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
It's relationship Thursdays on your afternoon right. Atiba, LaDonna, Raeh, Cheryl, Grace by your side. Black love, real talk, no hiding, no shade. We're navigating commit on double one way. From how do we heal? How do we heal? To how do we stay? How do we stay? Boundaries and build. And the words we say. From dating to vow. From conflict to grace. We bring the tools to keep love in its place. Dial 773-591-1690. Let your story flow. Relationship Thursdays, where love skills grow.
We're back, guys, on the afternoon show. It is time for Relationship Thursday, and this is timely. I'm gonna need y'all help today, and I want you to call in and let me know if this is something you've experienced. Have you ever had someone accuse you of something that they didn't have necessarily any evidence of, but just not hardcore evidence, but just their perception of the way things looked to them?
Speculation,
their version of observation, and I'm talking about the space between perception and reality. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who what they perceive to be is in their mind the reality
truth
of the situation?
Yeah, that's it. That's true. That's the truth right there.
That's truth. And so, I had a conversation recently. And it was an interesting conversation about someone that the relationship unfortunately did not work out. But I didn't know why it didn't work out at the time that it didn't work out. And I got some clarity on it, in recent history. And the thing that the person said, they replayed a sequence of events in their mind that was proof positive that I was outside acting wrong, that, and I tried to offer alternative explanations for their perception, and they just couldn't believe it. They were sure that they were 100% sure.
They were already convinced.
They were convinced that the way that they perceived the sequence of events must mean the outcome that they assumed it to mean. So let me give you an example. I had someone recently tell me that I had a visual exchange with a coworker that, based on the way, quote, I was looking at the coworker, this person was completely convinced that there was something going on between me and that coworker. They didn't see me and this coworker huddled up, kissing, hugging. They didn't see any of that. They saw
what they wanted to see.
They saw what they perceived to be the way this is the quote said to me: I've never seen you look at another woman like that before. And I was completely blindsided. I had no idea at the time that this was a thing that was triggering, upsetting. And again, this person was completely convinced of their perception. And so I just wondered, guys, have you dealt with in your relationship where you've had to defend yourself, explain things, and again, without concrete evidence, someone just completely convinced?
And what do you do in that situation? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, as they paint the picture,
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing it totally different, but you're seeing it through their eyes. And how do you respond? Like, do you instantly go into protect the truth mode, or protect your reputation mode, or save the relationship mode? I'm just thinking about all of that.
Yeah. So let me know am I talking to myself? Has anyone ever?
No, I just responded with
I'm
you.
talking about the audience, baby.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
If anybody
you can't
else,
call me baby. The next one to think something too.
Yeah, there
That
you
facts,
go.
right?
Right. That's perception right there.
It is.
That said, have you guys experienced that? And I know some men under the sound of my voice have experienced that, but I think some ladies probably have too. Is this about that person's insecurity, or do you need to be more cautious about the way you move, or both? 773-591-1690. We'll be right back.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
It's gospel with Pam Morris Walton, your gospel sister, on WVON Sundays, 11 to 2 p.m. Music to help you on your journey. I'll see you there, WVON.
Honey, did you invite the minions over?
Well, you know how we talked about getting Wi-Fi from Xfinity?
Yeah.
I ordered it this morning, was online in minutes, then they showed up.
So they just came over to use the Wi-Fi?
They even brought their own devices and spell book.
You didn't give them the new Wi-Fi password, right?
No.
That's good.
I gave them our old one. Because Xfinity lets us keep the same network name and password so devices connect instantly.
What do they want Wi-Fi for anyways?
Better not to know. Plausible deniability.
Get streaming or scheming instantly with same-day Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Plus, lock in one price for the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi for 5 years. Guaranteed. And see Minions and Monsters only in theaters. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
We've been honoring Juneteenth long before it was a holiday, and this year the celebration continues at the Bronzeville Children's Museum's 27th annual Juneteenth celebration. Join us this Saturday, June 20th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. for a powerful day of fun, learning, and cultural pride. Bring the whole family out for storytelling, music, crafts, singing, and a meaningful balloon release, all in the name of freedom and community. It's all happening at the Bronzeville Children's Museum, 9301 South Stony Island Avenue in Chicago. Admission is free. Come experience the Bronzeville Children's Museum's 27th annual Juneteenth celebration, a powerful tribute to history, heritage, and hope for our children. Want more info or ready to reserve your spot? Call 773-721-9301. That's 773-721-9301. Come celebrate Juneteenth where it matters at the Bronzeville Children's Museum.
We are the dream that refused to die. Born from hands that picked cotton, but carried kingdoms in their memory. Born from backs bent by labor, but never broken in spirit. Born from songs whispered in darkness, where hope traveled farther than change could reach. We remember them. The mothers who prayed over impossible tomorrows. The fathers who carried dignity where none was offered. The elders who taught us that freedom is not simply something granted. It is something claimed, protected, and passed on. We remember June 19th, 1865. Not as the beginning of freedom, but as a declaration that truth eventually arrives, that justice, though delayed, can never permanently outrun destiny, that a people who survived the unimaginable could never be defined by what was done to them. We are descendants of endurance, of builders and believers, of inventors and educators, of entrepreneurs and artists, of farmers, soldiers, preachers, organizers, and dreamers. Every step we take echoes the footsteps of those who walked before us. And look at us now, creating, leading, teaching, serving, innovating, raising families, building businesses, changing communities. We are writing new chapters with the ink of old courage. So today we celebrate the ancestors who carried us. And with gratitude in our hearts and vision in our eyes, we move forward together, honoring our ancestors, protecting our history, waving our red, black, and green flags in solidarity as we embrace our now, so we can boldly build our next. Happy Juneteenth from WVON.
Hey Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. With Lowe's, the best part of your summer starts right outside your door. Right now, get 3 Fairy Morse 1.3 quart vegetables and herbs for just $12. Plus, get 4 bags of Miracle Grow 0.75 cubic foot garden soil for only $10. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
This is Rufus Williams, and I've got something special for you. I am proud to announce that we're launching the Rufus Williams Travel Club in conjunction with Advantage International. Our first trip, we're staying in the United States and heading to one of the most stunning destinations for culture to cuisine. Join us October 8th through 12th as we explore the charm, the beauty, and the history of Charleston, South Carolina. This isn't your typical getaway. We're walking through history and standing where our stories began. From the roots of Gullah Geechee culture to the International African American Museum, from cobblestone streets to waterfront views, this is more than a trip. It's a cultural vibe. To find out more, visit WVON.com and click the Rufus Williams Travel Club banner. And keep listening for more details. The Rufus Williams Travel Club will turn curiosity into understanding, one destination at a time. We are WVON.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic 35 minutes. I-57, Ryan to I-80. 2-minute delay of slow-moving traffic, 17 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan to I-80, 94. Stop and go traffic due to construction, 26 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Stop and go traffic, 44 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolf Topo Stop is slow go, 46 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic, an hour and 16 minutes. And Eden's, Muncho, Slate Cook, no delays, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Easy, breezy, beautiful Chicago. Partly cloudy and scattered showers later tonight. High of 75 and a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 77 and a low of 60. It's currently 73 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk of Chicago, WVON, 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Look at here, look at here. It is Black Music Month, and WVON is proud to present the Chicago Catalog, a celebration of the artists who gave Chicago its soundtrack, sponsored by AARP. Today's feature is Chess Records, founded in Chicago in 1950. Chess Records helped launch the careers of legends like Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, Etta James, and Bo Diddley, forever changing the sound of American music. Fun fact, guess what, Atiba? In 1963, Chess Records founder Leonard Chess purchased radio station WCHI and transformed it into what? WVON.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. The voice of the Negro at the time, and creating one of the most influential Black radio stations in America.
We had to make that connection.
Yes, we did.
All right, guys, it's 4:25, and we're talking about Relationship Thursday. No calls yet, but we do have a fantastic comment that I'd like to read from A.E. Cavan in the chat. She says, yes, this has happened to me, and it ended a relationship. I couldn't take all of the constant questioning, side-eyeing, and accusations. And no matter how much I reassured and changed and take his perception into account, he just could not accept or believe that what I was telling him. He would be okay for a while, then back to the same old, same old.
I bet I know his name.
Eventually, I just had to let him go. I was doing none, N-O-N-E, all capital letters, none of what he was accusing of me. It was disheartening.
Yeah. You know,
go ahead.
I know exactly how that feels. But back to you. You know, it's unfortunate because we're such good friends. I watched you glow while you were in the midst of growing with this person. You were happy. You finally said, I have a girlfriend. And to see that deflated by something so minuscule, it really hurt me. I was hurting for you because I knew better.
Yeah.
And by the way, I wasn't the coworker. Yeah, it wasn't me. And I'm kind of disappointed that she didn't assume that. But at the same time, I know you enough to know that she was dead wrong. And I know what you did for her, and I know what you had planned. And you had actually gotten the whole, you were ready.
I was ready.
You said, I found my wife.
Yeah.
And even after hearing that, I was so happy for you. But when you shared and finally shared, because it wasn't right away, finally shared what you had gone through, I my heart was aching for you.
Well, thank you
And
for that.
you know, that's her loss.
Yeah.
Because it knew the truth. She kicked herself in the you know what. I stopped cussing as I promised last Thursday.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to have this conversation about the power of perception, because perception is extremely powerful.
And it's somebody's reality.
Right?
Yeah, they
And
can't get
perception
out
is
of it.
I remember in business, they would say to me, you know, perception is reality.
Mhm.
If the customer's perception is you took too long to call them back,
You
you
did.
took too long to call them back.
Mhm.
Right? So perception becomes reality, and that works in certain instances, but it's not for everything. And I just wonder, do we do ourselves a disservice
Sometimes.
to our relationships by not being able to give deference, by not being willing to give benefit of the doubt? You know, for me, I'm not going to undo something or make an accusation about something unless I have, you know, to me, what
Concrete
is
evidence.
right, irrefutable evidence. And you know, a so-called eye exchange is not irrefutable evidence. It doesn't even approach that.
Well, I don't want to minimize that either. I mean, you can tell when someone is way too familiar with someone. You
Yeah,
can
that's
kind of,
true.
yeah, the body language is different if you all
Facts.
have crossed that line. But, you know, you got to think we work a lot of hours here at VON and we have become a family.
Mhm.
And the thought of any of that is just, it's ridiculous to us, you know, because we've become a family. There are no couples here except Melody and her husband.
Right.
They're married, okay?
That's right.
But we are very professional for the most part, and that type of stuff just doesn't. We don't even have time for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But you do raise a good point
Yeah.
in that you don't want to minimize, because
Mhm.
that person
Yeah.
may not be familiar with
Exactly.
the cultural aspects
Yep.
of your job.
Mhm.
And so that's also a lesson. You can't bring everybody to your job.
Well,
That's my takeaway from
Yeah.
it is this wouldn't have happened if you know what I'm saying, I should have had you meet me somewhere
but it would have
else.
happened somewhere else. It
Perhaps.
would have happened somewhere else. Atiba, a lot of people know you, and someone would have come up to you and said, Atiba, and got a little hug. Her tatas would have been too close. Something.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I remember a couple of things that threw out some things to look out for. But I've been in that situation, like I said before, and it's very, you know, that tingle you get in your behind when you're nervous as heck. That doesn't feel good. That's called stress.
Yeah.
And I can't be with somebody that tingles my behind in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
And ultimately my response was, after being told this,
Mhm.
I said, I'm just sorry that there wasn't enough trust
Right, that part.
deposited into the relationship, that when you had to juxtapose your perception of a situation with everything else in the relationship, that you thought, yeah, I could see him doing that.
There should have been enough water to put out that fire.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Guys, we're going to go to news, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, what did you say, Logan? It's a breezy, easy, beautiful. I
Cover
love
girl.
that. No, they don't sponsor. So we just stick with the beginning part.
Well, you just said their whole thing.
Well, you know, we'll be right back, guys. Get those phone lines lit up. I know you got some conversation out there. 773-591-1690.
Thank you, LaDonna. It's a easy, breezy, beautiful Thursday. Hope you're having a thriving Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here it's happening in your local and national news. New rules for senior drivers in Illinois go into effect July 1st. Under the Illinois Road Safety and Fairness Act, drivers aged 79 to 86 won't have to take a driving test, but will still have to renew in person and pass a vision test. Drivers 79 and 80 must renew every 4 years. Drivers 81 to 86 every 2 years. Drivers 87 and older every year. In other news, President Trump is set to award the Medal of Honor to a retired reconnaissance Marine. Major James Capers Jr. led his team through a deadly ambush in South Vietnam in 1967. Injured and bleeding, Capers got his 9-man team to a helicopter for evacuation after 4 days and nights of fighting. Today, he'll be honored for the heroism with the nation's highest military award, the Medal of Honor. In other news, the FBI is warning soccer fans about fraudulent websites pretending to be official FIFA pages as the World Cup begins. Cyber criminals are using fake domains to sell counterfeit tickets and steal personal and financial information from users. Many scams use type of squatting or fake web addresses closely mimic real ones and trick people who make small typing errors. Officials urge fans to carefully verify website URLs and visit FIFA's official site directly instead of clicking links from search results or unfamiliar resources.
Baby bet, ayy, couple racks, ayy, couple Grammys on him, couple plaques, ayy, that's a fact, ayy.
And Lil Nas X shared a positive update about his mental health in a new Instagram video posted Wednesday. The Grammy-winning artist said he has spent the past few months in rehab and is working to stay grounded as he continues his recovery. Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, said having both a therapist and psychiatrist has been helpful and that he is now doing much better. He also told fans that new music is on the way following his time away from social media. I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Thank you, Barack and Michelle Obama, for bringing your gift to the world home to Chicago. The Obama Presidential Center, coming Juneteenth weekend. Witness a celebration of the power of hope and possibility. We're WVON.
This Black Music Month, WVON presents the Chicago Catalog, celebrating the artists who gave Chicago its soundtrack. Brought to you by AARP.
Before Chicago became known for soul, house, and hip-hop, there was Chess Records. Founded in Chicago in 1950 by brothers Leonard and Phil Chess, Chess Records helped define the sound of modern American music. Home to legends like Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, Etta James, Bo Diddley, and Howlin' Wolf. The label became a cornerstone of blues, rhythm and blues, and rock and roll. Its influence extended far beyond the recording studio. In 1963, Leonard Chess purchased radio station WCHI and transformed it into WVON, the voice of the Negro, creating one of the most influential Black radio stations in America. Together, Chess Records and WVON amplified Black voices, elevated Black culture, and helped establish Chicago as a global music powerhouse. And the world never stopped listening.
The Chicago Catalog, an exclusive Black Music Month series, brought to you by AARP, a proud supporter of Black Music Month.
It's Gospel with Pam Morris Walton, your gospel sister, on WVON Sundays, 11 to 2 p.m. Music to help you on your journey. I'll see you there, WVON.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca?
No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
What up? It's Drewski. I told BT if I'm hosting, we're going to do this my way. Sunday, June 28th at 8, 7 Central. Let them know BET Awards 2026 got a monster lineup with must-see performances. Plus, we're honoring the living legend icon, Miss Lauryn Hill, with the tribute Fit for a Queen. It's culture's biggest night, hosted by your boy Drewski. Oh, y'all already know. It's finna get crazy. BET Awards 2026 live, Sunday, June 28th at 8, 7 Central. Visit BET.com for more info.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, inviting you to join me weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on WVON. I am bringing you a national perspective on all the happenings in the Black community and, of course, politics. It's talk radio for us, by us, and this is where America listens.
It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON. Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter.
We're up to way over 400 million here. Yeah, giving money back. How about that? People in Bellwood got 10 million, Broadview 6 million, Burnham 3 million, South Holland 17 million. The city of Chicago's up to $190 million that we have given back to African Americans. Who does that? Nobody does that but WVON.
Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter, Monday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. Grinding and squealing are signs it's time for new brakes. Skip the hassle of searching for the right parts and shop RockAuto.com. Find trusted name brand parts at lower prices and have them shipped directly to your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
Black men are at greater risk for prostate cancer. Talk openly with your healthcare provider about screenings and family history, and that's your healthy reminder.
This healthy reminder is sponsored in part by U Chicago Medicine.
Catch Reverend Al Sharpton online at WVON.com or on the WVON app. Just click the Al Sharpton banner. Tune in every day at 12 noon for your daily dose. And if you miss it, catch the overnight replay from midnight to 3 a.m. We're keeping it real with Al Sharpton on WVON 1690.
Reverend Al told you personally, keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
Yeah, this court is now in session. His Honor, Judge Pigmeat Martin presiding. Yeah, the coat of swings is just about ready to do that thing. I don't want no deals, I don't want no lies. Above all, I don't want no alibis. This judge is hip, and that ain't all. He'll give you time if it's big or small. Fall in line, or this coat is neat. Peace, brother. Uh-oh, here comes the judge. Here comes the judge. Everybody know that he's the judge.
Wow. I like how that came in. And I've never heard this song. I tell you what, Chicago's newest landmark, we've been talking about it all morning. It is open, and it has opened its doors, and Metra can help you get there with ease. You saw all those people out there. If you're planning a visit to the Obama Presidential Center, skip the traffic and parking hassles and take Metra. That's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. The 59th Street / University of Chicago station on the Metra Electric line is just a short walk from the campus, making it one of the easiest ways to arrive. With Metra's reliable service, affordable fares, and convenient ticketing through the Ventra app, getting there is simple. Plus, kids under 11 are riding free. Make your trip a part of the experience. Take Metra to the Obama Presidential Center and spend less time driving and more time exploring.
All right, guys, we're back on the afternoon show. LaDonna Raeh, Atiba Buchanan, in the midst of Relationship Thursday. We're talking about the power of perception. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's perception of a thing either ended a relationship or severely impacted it, even though their perception was not necessarily tethered in reality?
Yeah.
You got a clip for us, right?
I do. Shapira, can you play that clip?
Ever been in an argument with your partner and later realized you weren't really arguing over what happened, you were arguing over what you thought happened? Sometimes it's not our partner that's damaging the relationship. It's the stories we tell ourselves. Psychologists call these thinking errors, mental shortcuts our brains take that often lead us in the wrong direction. And if we're not careful, they can quietly destroy trust, communication, and even love. Here are a few of the biggest ones. First, assuming. They didn't answer your text, so you assume they're ignoring you. They forgot your anniversary, so you assume they don't care anymore. The truth? You don't have all the facts. Never confuse assumptions with evidence. Second, mind reading. We expect our partner to magically know why we're upset. If they really loved me, they'd know. But nobody can read minds. Healthy relationships require conversations, not crystal balls. Third, dwelling on the negative. Your partner does 10 thoughtful things in a week, but you replay the one mistake over and over. Before long, that one negative moment becomes your entire picture of the relationship. And finally, catastrophizing. One disagreement suddenly turns into, maybe we're not meant to be together. One rough season becomes, our relationship is over. Every couple has storms. The question is whether you'll build an umbrella or prepare a funeral. Here's the reality. Relationships don't just rise or fall based on what happens. They rise or fall based on how we interpret what happens. So today, before you accuse, before you withdraw, before you react, ask yourself one simple question. Am I responding to the facts, or am I responding to a story I created in my own mind?
Wow. Yeah, that, so right away when you hear our brain takes shortcuts to arrive at a conclusion, that sounds like listening just to respond and not actively listening.
And unresolved trauma
Yeah.
from prior experiences.
Absolutely so. I want to, someone put a post out there, a comment that said it has something about, not that one that's up, but why do you have that one up still? But it something about Jezebel, their insecurities. I'm paraphrasing it, just because if you think about what he said and this comment that was made, it says Black women under the Jezebel curse will overperceive and wrongfully judge due to the fact such is a reflection of their cheating, conniving, deceiving ways. Okay. Once again, this all lives in someone's head. If they didn't actually witness it and discuss it, then you can never get to the conclusion of it. It doesn't always mean, it's not an absolute. It doesn't always mean that someone is also doing what they're accusing you of doing. It can be pretty close, but it can also mean that they've experienced it before and they never got over it, or they never got through it. I should say, I shouldn't say get over it. They never got through it. And I remember, I tell you guys this all the time when I was in my early 20s, never let the next man pay for what the last man did. Otherwise, he's still renting space in my head. So I can't move forward with someone if I'm still angry or still holding on to what someone else did to me.
Yeah, you got to make room for the new. And that's easier said than done. I think everybody can, because your experiences do help shape your worldview. So there is a fine line between not bringing your experience and your old experience into the new relationship, but also completely forgetting what you've been through. Right? That's a difficult line to tote. So I get it. I think both men, and I don't think that's a woman thing. I think that's men and women. We both bring those things to a relationship. I had a female friend of mine who went on a date with a gentleman recently. First date, and it wasn't anywhere expensive at all. And after the date, she was forthright and said, I don't think we have that kind of potential. And the guy went off on her because he bought dinner.
Okay.
And you know what I'm saying? He went off on her. Like, I mean, I kid you not, the dinner might have been, $40. I mean,
Each or total?
Total, 40, 50
Where
bucks
they go,
between the
McDonald's?
two of them. No, but something above that, but nothing crazy.
Okay.
And she purposely picked a place,
Chipotle?
and think that.
Something like that. All
Think
right.
that.
Yeah.
And so, but the gentleman, again, based on past experiences, went off on her, accused her of just wanting a free meal. She was like, "What is your Zelle? What is your
Right,
cash?
I'll give you the
What
money."
is your Cash App?"
Mhm.
But he's carrying trauma from prior experiences that were probably legitimate.
Or he's watching too much social media, because I've heard this over and over again that women are on there trying to get a free meal. But what you have to realize is that dating is very expensive.
That's right.
If you are in that space and you're going to be taking this person out and this person out, then you can't keep tabs. You got to just be ready, because it is expensive, which is why on my first date with my guy, I offered to purchase. Because he didn't know it was a date, but I said, "Why don't you meet me at Chipotle? I love Chipotle. Okay, they need to advertise." I said, "Why don't you meet me at such and such?" And he did. We met as platonic friends, and I was gonna pay, but he paid anyway. And the next time we went somewhere, I let him pick the place, and we did have a better start. But there are some people out there that think that is the only reason that you're going out with them. And last I checked, there was food in the refrigerator. Guys, we're going to go to traffic and weather. And when we come back, we're going to put a button on this conversation. You guys are mighty quiet out there. You're just typing away. So we're going to keep reading these comments right here on Relationship Thursday on WVON and, of course, the afternoon show.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Tuned in to your favorite WVON personalities on Facebook Live? Don't just watch, like it, love it, share it. Every click helps us grow the conversation and keep the community strong. So remember, like it, love it, share it, Chicago.
This Juneteenth, Vine TV invites you to celebrate the journey, the resilience, and the promise of Black America. Black excellence then, now, next. Join us for a full day of special programming, honoring the stories that shaped us, the achievements inspiring us today, and the future we're building together. See Otis's dream. Witness the courage of one man's perilous journey to cast his ballot in rural Georgia in 1946. A powerful reminder that freedom has always required sacrifice, determination, and hope.
Wounded, but never give up. Denied, but never accepting that denial. Insulted, but refusing to accept the insult inwardly, and thereby setting an example and a memory for generations unborn.
Then experience the premiere of an original Vine TV production celebrating the spirit of literacy, creativity, and community. WVON Chicago Read In Literacy Live. Through music, spoken word, dance, and theatrical storytelling, books come alive in an unforgettable event designed to educate, inspire, and uplift. Black excellence then, now, next. All day Juneteenth, only on Vine TV. Vine TV is available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV Plus, the WVON app, or at von.tv. Vine TV, honor the past, celebrate the present, inspire the future.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2025, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or even eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage or bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and tough. This veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-260-7590. That's 800-260-7590. Find out if you qualify today, 800-260-7590, or go to republictaxrelief.com.
Have you checked out WVON's digital streaming network, Vaughn TV? It's everywhere on Roku, Apple TV Plus, Amazon Fire, on the WVON app, and at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, it's cultural content on purpose.
This report is brought to you by Wendy's new Biggie Deals. Choose one of Wendy's new Biggie Deals at $4, $6, and $8. Pick one new Biggie Deals you're craving. For a pretty Biggie deal, gotta be Wendy's. U.S. price and participation may vary.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
All right. Welcome back. WVON 63 years. And I feel like we took you back to 1963, right? This is lovely, lovely. The afternoon show. And of course, it is, 1953, not 63. Well, I tell you what, we've been here since 1963, 63 years and counting. This is the afternoon show, and we are doing Relationship Thursday. And everyone must be at the Obama Center, okay? Because these phone lines are usually lit up, but the comments are still coming through. Calvin Holiday says, yes, it has happened to me at the health club. Let me just reset what we're talking about. We're talking about, can a person's perception ruin a relationship? Can their imagination be so big that it overrides the truth? We wanted to help Atiba today. I was hoping that people would call in and the phone lines were lit to help Atiba because he's heartbroken again.
No, I got clarity now.
You got clarity, but
I got
it's
some
still
peace.
it's still like, have you ever been accused of something you didn't do, and over and over in your head you're like, why would you see that in me?
I am disappointed.
Very disappointed. I can
That's what I
tell.
am.
Yeah. How you ask me, are you okay, friend? And I'm like, I want to ask you that. Are you okay, friend? But I know the answer. I know you'll be okay. But Calvin Holiday said, yes, it happened. It has happened to me at the health club. Who calls it that? Who calls it the health club? It's the gym. Old people. Okay. All right. Older people. Here we go. He was at the health club. I was giving a friend a compliment on how good she was looking, and she blamed me for looking at another woman. Blamed him for weren't you looking at another woman though? She said you were looking at another woman. Wasn't he looking at another woman? But should that be the end all to a relationship?
Yeah.
It should?
No, I was just saying yes.
No, I was asking.
I mean, of course not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Like I said, it's, I mean, it depends on the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, again, there is, I can think of times, there have been times in my life where I perceived somebody's words or actions one way. You ever got a text message, right?
Mhm.
You and that happens most often in text messages where somebody texts something, and the way that I can hear the intonation, I can hear the inflection,
Yeah.
and I am perceiving what they're saying to me, and then when I speak to them and I get clarity on it,
It
I was
wasn't
like,
that at all.
"Ooh, glad I didn't bring that up,"
Right.
Because I was real pissed.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is to talk. That's what I wanted. That's kind of really one of the best examples between the perception that we have in our minds versus the reality.
My son said something to me just the other day. Over the weekend, he was with his really good friend and his best friend and their father. He said, when I grow up, I want to be a dad just like so-and-so's dad, Jermaine's dad. And I said, wow. I said, why is that? He said, I just watch him with his wife, with his son. I like how he treats his family.
Mm-hmm.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And how he treated him over the weekend. He felt so part of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. He poured into him. And I think about, what are we showing our kids? What are we showing our kids when we are in a relationship? Are we showing them that someone can't make a mistake? Are we showing them that we can't talk it out? My dad said, if you can talk it out, you can work it out. But if you are going for the juggler rather, because I'll hold on to something for a minute, process it in my mind, how I'm going to talk about it, because I'm going to talk about it with that person. I don't check with other people. I'm going in my mind and I'm like, okay, I gotta get this out. But I watch my approach. It's the approach, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not what you did to me, it's how you handled what you did to me. So that's where I'm at.
Let's go to the phone lines, because now we're calling in. Hey,
Mustafa. Thank you for waiting. Hi, Mustafa, you're live on WVON downtown.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes people don't have the mental fitness to be in a relationship. Sometimes they don't have the mental fitness.
Is that because of past trauma? What do you think that's due to?
Shit, past, present, and future.
Okay, see.
You know what I mean? Particularly if they hung up on Jesus. Some people, man, they come in a relationship leading with their religion.
That is true.
And
you
the
got
other
your
person
seatbelt
may
on?
not be
Is
there.
your seatbelt on, Mustafa?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, he clicked it. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So that mental fitness don't be there because they want people to be at that level, particularly religious. I knew a guy. He had a list of things people had to be in order for him to be in a relationship with them. And I saw the list he had. I was like, wow, that's pretty heavy. That's pretty heavy. Some of the things were realistic, like a non-smoker. That was realistic.
Yeah, that's realistic.
But, but when he was talking about the proverbial six-pack. You know, she had to be 6 feet tall, make six figures, and have a six-pack. You know, that was a stretch.
This is a man saying this or a woman?
This is a guy.
Oh, wow.
He was looking for a woman or a man?
He wanted a woman. He wanted a stallion.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
He wanted Wonder Woman.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't think
Tell me
she's
about
that
it.
tall.
Thank you, brother
Thanks,
Mustafa. Thank you for the call. We appreciate that. Miss Barbara,
Barbara.
your thoughts?
Hello.
Hey.
I'm good. How about yourself?
Turn your radio down, dear. That's why we got a lot of echo.
Echo.
Oh, okay. Yes.
There you go.
My
Now
name is
you sound great. Your thoughts on this?
We're talking about your ordeal, huh?
If you want to talk about whatever it is you want to talk about the topic.
Okay. All right. This is my first time ever calling to
Thank you.
VON, but I've been listening for years.
Thank you, Miss Barbara.
Yes, and so I thought about something happened to me years ago. I was going in a grocery store, and it was a sale going on, and a lot of people was in line. I was going in there for one thing, and so I was trying to rush and get what I needed to do. A young lady was in front of me, and somehow I bumped into her. And she went off. She was just trying to get in front of me. And I said, ma'am, if you really, truly knew me, those words wouldn't even come out your mouth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's right.
Right. So everybody, have their own opinions and their own feelings,
So let me ask you this, Miss Barbara, because that lady was a stranger to you and she didn't know you. How would you feel if somebody that was supposed to be closest to you had those thoughts about your character?
Even worse.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even worse. Yeah. So feel better about it. Like I said, people have their own opinions and we can't take that from them, but we don't have to give it power.
Amen to that. Well said, Miss Barbara. Thank you so much. All right, guys, it's straight up at 5:00. We've got a great guest calling in about some fantastic weekend and Juneteenth information. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to Atiba and LaDonna. Raeh will be right back.
Happy Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here are your news headlines. Six Flags Great America kicks off 50th anniversary celebration starting tomorrow. Man charged with burning cross in Grand Park. M&M's releases limited edition banana nut bread flavor. And first time since March, gas falls below $4. National news from the Black Information Network is up next on Chicago's only urban talk radio station, 1690 AM, WVON, Berwyn, Chicago.
I'm Kevin Brown on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. The first tropical storm of the season is formed and is now churning in the Gulf. It's expected to move inland at the Texas border with Louisiana.
The main threat from Arthur is going to be a prolonged multi-day heavy rainfall event that could produce dangerous to life-threatening flash flooding.
That's National Hurricane Center Director Dr. Michael Brennan. The storm Arthur expected to weaken after making landfall, but will still present a major flood threat to the region through Friday. Arthur may bring what the National Hurricane Center calls the potential for life-threatening flash flooding. The fatal shooting of a 1-year-old child by a police officer in Mississippi is sparking outrage. NBC correspondent George Solis reports the incident happened Sunday in Santobia when police say they responded to a shoplifting call at a Walmart and encountered 2 adults and a child in a parking lot.
Authorities say the 2 adults, now identified by the family's lawyer as the boy's mother and her friend, tried to get away, driving toward and nearly hitting an officer. Another officer then firing at the car.
The 3 later turned up in a hospital where the child was pronounced dead. One of the adults is in critical condition. The officer has been placed on administrative leave. The Mississippi Bureau of Investigation has launched a probe into the shooting. The child's grandmother, LaShonda Williams, says she wants answers.
I'm more angry because the situation that took place really was unnecessary. What I'm hearing from what happened, it was unnecessary.
Nicole Wiley, sister of the injured woman, says that according to witnesses, one of the adults was seen in the parking lot carrying a box of diapers.
Policeman shot, open fire in a public setting over allegedly some Pampers.
A district judge has blocked the 2025 ACA rule citing insufficient data and inadequate agency justification. The ruling by the U.S. District Court for the District of Maryland came after the city of Chicago challenged the federal rule changes proposed by the Trump administration under the Affordable Care Act. The court found that the government failed to provide enough data or a meaningful explanation for the changes, leading to a provision being deemed unreasonable and not adequately explained. The city of Chicago, along with a coalition of cities and advocates, sued the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Secretary for violating the Administrative Procedure Act, arguing that the rule would increase healthcare costs and restrict access to ACA coverage. The court's decision eliminates several provisions of the rule, including a $5 junk fee on automatic re-enrollees and changes that would have raised families' annual healthcare costs significantly. A federal judge has halted the U.S. National Park Service from removing or altering slavery and civil rights exhibits in national parks, ordering the restoration of materials already taken down. The ruling temporarily stops a Trump-era policy that directed parks to remove content critical of U.S. history. The judge's decision limits how the National Park Service can make changes to historical displays and requires the restoration of removed exhibits. Advocacy groups filed a lawsuit challenging the policy, arguing it violated the Administrative Procedure Act and undermined the integrity of national parks. The ruling supports an effort to maintain historical accuracy in public sites and emphasizes the importance of preserving the full scope of American history in national parks. I'm Kevin Brown on your home for Black News First, the Black Information Network.
Smart conversations with smart people makes us smarter. And that's exactly what you get on Bound and Woven with Rufus Williams. This isn't surface level talk. This is where authors become experts, where books become blueprints, and where ideas are challenged, not just discussed. From Colin Woodard on Nations Apart, to Gloria J. Brown Marshall breaking down the history of protests in America, to Gary Tyler sharing a story of resilience and redemption in Stitching Freedom. These are not interviews. These are conversations that matter, because every book has a story and every story has a deeper meaning. Bound and Woven with Rufus Williams on Vine TV. You can catch us on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV+, the WVON app, and VON.TV.
WVON is celebrating Black Music Month with the Chicago Catalog, celebrating the legendary artist who gave the city its soundtrack. Brought to you by AARP. From the soul-stirring harmonies of The Impressions and Jerry Butler to the timeless brilliance of Donny Hathaway, Minnie Riperton, and Sam Cooke, Chicago's sound has always been bigger than the stage. We're honoring the funk and fire of Earth, Wind, and Fire, the unmatched voice of Shaka Khan, the poetry and power of Curtis Mayfield, and the global movement born from Chicago house music. The Chicago Catalog is more than a music series. It's a love letter to the artists, innovators, and culture shapers who turned Chicago into one of the greatest music cities in the world. The Chicago Catalog is an exclusive feature of WVON and brought to you by AARP, a proud supporter of Black Music Month.
This month on Mama, I Made It, Samantha Chapman welcomes hip-hop icon Juvenile. From his early days helping define Southern hip-hop to becoming one of rap's most recognizable voices, Juvenile opens up about his journey, his legacy, and the lessons he's learned along the way. Don't miss this candid conversation with the true hip-hop trailblazer. Watch Mama, I Made It streaming now on Vine TV, available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV+, the WVON app, or at VON.TV. Vine TV, for the culture, by the culture.
Hi, I'm Tavis Smiley, inviting you to join me weekdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right here on WVON. I am bringing you a national perspective on all the happenings in the Black community and, of course, politics. It's talk radio for us, by us, and this is where America listens.
It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays from 6 to 9 p.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A failed strut can turn any drive into a rough ride. When it's time for repairs, Rock Auto makes finding the right part easy. Shop name brands at lower prices and have parts shipped directly to your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic 25 minutes. I-57 Ryan to I-80. Slow go 15 minutes. Bishop Ford Ryan to I-80 94. Please be cautious. There is construction and stop and go traffic due to it, and there is an accident on the entrance ramp. Bishop Ford on ramp from 115th Street. 26 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State stop and go traffic. 43 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftoe Post Office. It's at a snail speed. 42 minutes. Kennedy downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic. An hour and 12 minutes in Eden's, Montrose Lake Cook. Smooth sailing, 15 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Easy, breezy, beautiful Chicago. Partly cloudy and scattered showers later tonight. High of 75 and a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. High of 77 and a low of 60. It's currently 73 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
VON. From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
All right. Guess what? WVON is on the road again. And this time we're taking you to Charleston, South Carolina, October 8th through the 12th, introducing the Rufus Williams Travel Club in partnership with Advantage International. Charleston isn't just another trip, it's a cultural experience. Today has been so cultural, and this is cultural. Wow. You don't want to miss it. From the roots of Gullah Geechee heritage to the International African American Museum, plus food, history, and waterfront views that hit different. Space is limited, and this one will move fast. You better believe it. Lock your spot now. Visit WVON.com and click the Rufus Williams Travel Club banner.
All right. It is 5:10 on the afternoon show, and as promised, we have an amazing guest. Thank you all for all the comments into the chat and the individuals that called in as well. We appreciate you helping us unpack that very nuanced but very necessary Relationship Thursday topic. Right now, we have with us one of my favorite West Side pastors, Pastor Marvin Hunter, who is pastor of Grace Memorial Baptist Church. I can tell you firsthand, I have seen firsthand the work, the transformative work that he is doing in the North Lawndale area. He's got a great event coming up for Juneteenth and this weekend, and we wanted to give him an opportunity to talk about it. Hey, Pastor, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us.
God bless you, man of God, and thank you for that introduction. And the feeling is mutual. I think you're one of God's best radio hosts and announcers, and I appreciate the work that you do in getting us the information that we get on the Talk of the Nation.
Amen. And I receive and appreciate that. So let's talk about it, man. Happy Juneteenth. What do you have concocting over there?
Oh my God! To God be the glory. We're so excited. We're going to have the North Lawndale Juneteenth Freedom Day Parade, which starts off with a community breakfast at 7 a.m. This is the second annual of this parade. Last year we had in attendance 5,000 people. And one of the highlights of that parade was that Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson came and he unveiled the cornerstone for the first 100% affordable, luxury affordable housing project on the west side of Chicago ever. And I thought that was just amazing. So we're going to have breakfast at 7 a.m., which will be at 4320 West, The breakfast is going to be at 1457 South Kenneth, 1457 South Kenneth, right next door to the historic Grace Memorial Baptist Church. And then after that, we're going to go over to Albany and 16th Street, which is east of the church. And we're going to assemble at 9 a.m. On our floats and cars, motorcycles, And we're going to line up to take the 1.6-mile journey to Costner and 16th Street, which we should arrive there about 12 noon. That is the parade walk. And when we get there, we'll dismount and go over to 4320 West 15th Street. Now, I was so excited to say that until I said it first and mixed it up. 4320 West 15th Street to Benjamin Franklin Park. If you're from the west side, that's Franklin Park. But we're going to have the Juneteenth Freedom Day Roots Festival, which consists of jazz, blues, gospel, and R&B. And we have and house music, the king of house, Mr. Farley. We have Mr. Sam Chapman, and we have who's going to be doing the Steppers contest that's going to go on there. And we have the Victory Travelers are going to be there, and Stars of Heaven, and so many other groups, Seymour and the Jubilee Travelers, Minister Tim White. We're going to just have an amazing time. Bring your grills, bring your coolers, bring your entire family. We have something to do from 8 to 80. Bouncy houses and slides and face painting for the young people. And it's just going to be an amazing time. And we want to thank all of our honored guests that are coming out. I'm so excited. Even the governor has called and confirmed, said he's going to be there, along with our Congressman Danny Davis. Our county board president has confirmed. And I'm really excited about one of Chicago's best mayors, Mayor Brandon Johnson, who has actually helped to make this a reality coming out. It's not a political event, but all hands are going to be on deck. Our business community is going to be there. We have pastors that are going to be there. Pastor Leslie Sanders and a contingent of pastors have agreed to come out, and they're going to be there with their choirs and their members. And we're going to have prayer stations stationed around the place. And I'm just excited about this. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to invite people to come out tomorrow morning to the second annual Juneteenth Freedom Day Parade. Again, it starts at Grace Memorial Baptist Church, 1457 South Kenner, 7 a.m., Albany and 16th Street, 9 a.m. We step off at 10, and then we will dismount at 12 p.m., going over to 4320 West 15th Street, Benjamin Franklin Park, if you're from the west side, to start the annual Roots Festival.
Love it, absolutely love it. Let me ask you this about the day itself. What does Juneteenth, what significance does that hold to you, and why?
Well, I'm really excited about Juneteenth because it's an opportunity for us to show Black excellence and Black pride, and to highlight the significant contributions of African American descendants of slaves to this country in which we live and to the world. A lot of time when we think about African American descendants of slaves in this country, we only think about the contributions that they made to America, but we have made global contributions. There is no modern world without the African American descendant of slaves, the people that are indigenous to this land. And I'm just excited about that and the sacrifices that were made to bring the freedoms that we now have. And I know we're a work in progress. And a lot of times people say things about America and about the relationships of Black, white in this country, but America is still a very young country. We're really like a teenager right now, growing, when you match us up to other countries that have been around much longer. And so that means that there's room for growth. And I just want to make sure that growth that takes place in America does not leave devoid my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. And so we take days like Juneteenth and we adopt what the Jewish community has adopted. Never again. Never again will we be in chattel slavery. Never again will we be in the Jim Crow South. And so we want them to remember where we came from, so that we can know never to go back there again. This day shows Black pride. It shows Black excellence. 250 years of the Emancipation Proclamation. I think I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a wonderful time for us to now show as much as we possibly can that we are America, and there is no America without us. Black pride, Black excellence.
Yeah, I don't think it's been 250 for the Emancipation Proclamation, but we'll look it up. But I certainly do understand your point. We got to take a break, but I do want to come back and talk about some of the things that are happening in North Lawndale in your area and some of the things you had a direct hand in, like creating actual affordable housing, because I think that needs to be uplifted. So sit tight, Reverend. We'll be right back. You're listening to Atiba, LaDonna, Raeh. More with Reverend Pastor Marvin Hunter on the other side.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Can you feel it? The soundtrack of our lives. A Ravinia Black Music Month feature showcasing music that makes us think, love, cry, feel, act, and move. Music that reflects our stories. Can you feel it? The soundtrack of our lives.
Angie Stone, brother.
He's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. Well, for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it. You got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chilling on the corner brother, your talented brother, and to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that Angie loves you. Of my black
Ravinia, celebrating Black Music Month. Experience the transformative power of live music. Get tickets at ravinia.org.
This month on Mama, I Made It, Samantha Chapman welcomes hip-hop icon Juvenile. From his early days helping define Southern hip-hop to becoming one of rap's most recognizable voices, Juvenile opens up about his journey, his legacy, and the lessons he's learned along the way. Don't miss this candid conversation with a true hip-hop trailblazer. Watch Mama, I Made It streaming now on Vaughn TV, available on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV+, the WVON app, or at VON.TV. Vaughn TV, for the culture, by the culture.
This report is brought to you by RockAuto.com. A bent tie rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices, delivered right at your door. All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 22nd, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Hello, I'm Ozempic. And I'm other GLP-1s, kind of like him. Hey, are you shaking a maraca? No, I'm shaking the pill version of Ozempic, which no one should ever do except in ads like this.
A nice disclaimer.
Hey, thanks. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets, 9 milligrams, and Ozempic semaglutide injection, 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
What up? It's Drewski. I told BT if I'm hosting, we're going to do this my way.
Sunday, June 28th at 8, 7 Central. Let them know BET Awards 2026 got a monster lineup with must-see performances. Plus, we're honoring the living legend icon, Miss Lauryn Hill, with the tribute Fit for a Queen.
It's culture's biggest night, hosted by your boy Drewski.
Oh, y'all already know. It's finna get crazy. BET Awards 2026 live Sunday, June 28th at 8, 7 Central. Visit BET.com for more info.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed? Because no two people sleep the same. Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting. The Climate 360 smart bed is so smart it actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side for your ideal sleep temperature. The Queen Sleep Number C2 smart bed is now only $9.90. Plus free home delivery when you add any base. Ends Monday. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Traffic and weather now.
Good Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th, slow go, 23 minutes. I-57, Ryan Diety, slow moving traffic, 16 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan Diety, 94, please be cautious. There is an accident on the entrance ramp. Bishop Ford on ramp from 115th Street, 26 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State Stop and Go traffic, 46 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolftoe Post Office, 46 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, bumper to bumper traffic, an hour and 10 minutes. In Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, no delays, 16 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Easy, breezy, beautiful Chicago. Partly cloudy and scattered showers later tonight. High of 75 and a low 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 77 and a low of 60. It's currently 73 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON 1690 AM.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Don't you know it hurts me so when you let go my love is when you're gone, I'll be alone. So please hold on, keep tugging. Don't give me and I know we'll be once again. That's hugging. We'll be
WVON is on the move, and we want you with us. From Blues Fest to Spend in the Black, we've got a full calendar of events across the city, and we're looking for volunteers to join the WVON street team and be a part of the movement. Space is limited and spots will fill fast. So sign up today by emailing at volunteer@wvon.com. That's volunteer@wvon.com.
All right, you're listening to the afternoon show with Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on WVON. We have our very special guest on the live line, Pastor Hunter. He's telling us about the Juneteenth celebration that's happening tomorrow. And I wanted to jump in while you were talking, Pastor Hunter. I almost said, are you going to say, and I'll close with this one. It would have been like your second or third close. But I tell you what, we can't close without you giving us the excitement that's going to take place tomorrow for Juneteenth, because Juneteenth, we were just doing during the break, we were talking about what Juneteenth means to us. I want to ask you, Pastor Hunter, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
It means that all people of color in this country. Hello, I'm still here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello.
I apologize. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
It means that all people of color, African American descendants of slaves, can reach the height of the American dream. That it is possible, and that we can be anything that we choose to be. Now that we've received our real freedom in this country. So when I say our real freedom, I mean real freedom in the sense that we can go to schools now that we couldn't go to. We can live in communities now that we couldn't live in. And so we need to begin to unify ourselves and take advantage of the opportunities that are afforded us and reach the heights that we all should have. And what is that? A chicken in every pot, a car in every garage. If that is the promise of America, then that promise should be for all people of color. And I'm thankful and grateful to God. And when I think about Juneteenth and the freedom that we have, I think that that's what those people felt. When they were set free, they felt like, okay, now we have a chance to actually really be a part of the American dream in a real way. And so I wanted to create an event that would show Black pride and Black excellence. So when the children and the young people, when they see the police officer, when they see the politician, when they see the preacher, when they see the businessman in that parade, they can see it and say, hey, that's where I want to be. I built a $40 million project in the community of North Lawndale. I'm from 16th and Carloff by way of 15th and St. Louis over here in K-Town and in the Holy City. But I saw Mike Brady being an architect in the Brady Bunch. And all I could dream about was being an architect.
Oh, you took me exactly where I wanted to go. Again, your name has been synonymous with many things on the west side, North Lawndale specifically. Tell us, because I got a chance to see it and it's really beautiful. But for those that may not be aware, tell us about the affordable housing and just the housing period that you were able to erect in that area.
Well, first of all, let me correct something. I want to tell you is absolutely right. It's been 163 years since the emancipation. I looked it up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So you're absolutely right. I knew it was some of those numbers, but here, the Grace Manor project, is 100% affordable housing. We coined the phrase luxury affordable because what we wanted to do was create a housing that people could be proud to say that they live in. And what I love most about this particular project, as beautiful as it is the name of it. It's called Grace. Every day when a person comes home from work and comes here, they come home to the name of God, Grace. And so, and these people are treating this property with the kind of respect that a property should be treated with. And I believe that this is going to transfer into their children and children's children. My goal is that every person that lives here within 5 years will become 100% self-sufficient, and we will be able to build them their own land, their own property, and then they'll be able to pass on wealth to their children. That is really what the prayer of this church and this ministry is about. And so I'm just excited about Grace Manor. I'm excited about all that is taking place. We even have a float that's going to be in the parade, where the tenants and the staff that are living here and working here will be on and participate, because we want them to know that they are a part of this community. They're not just visitors, they're here.
Absolutely. Well, Pastor Hunter, we want to thank you for all the work that you're doing in your area, being a part of the community, and I'm wishing you just a very successful turnout for tomorrow. It sounds like it's going to be absolutely amazing. There are many Juneteenth celebrations happening this weekend, but please let this be the first. And where can they start again and what time?
7 o'clock a.m., 1457 South Kenneth, community breakfast at 9 o'clock a.m. We will assemble at Albany and 16th Street, and then we will step off at 10 a.m., march 1.6 miles to Costner and 16th Street. We'll get there about 12 noon. From there, we'll go over to 4320 West 15th Street, Franklin Park, Benjamin Franklin Park, where the Woods Festival, jazz, blues, gospel, R&B, and house music. We are going to have an amazing time. The energy is thick over here. I'm talking about people are starting to party already. Yes. Bring your grills, bring your coolers, bring your wonderful attitude and your mind of unity.
I like that.
We love it. Pastor Hunter, thank you so much.
Thank you all so much for this opportunity and allowing me to get the word out. Come on, VON family. We need you out there to be with us front and center in this. I got my VIP tent set up. I'm going to be there. Oh, it's my birthday too, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday.
I'll be celebrating 60 years on this earth.
Amen.
And we're going to have an amazing time tomorrow.
All
I'm
right,
bringing cake for everybody.
Yep, that'll work. All right. Thank you, Pastor Hunter. Guys, we're going to go to news, traffic, and weather. And when we come back, we're going to go straight to the phone lines. Why not? We'll be right back.
Hope you're having a thriving Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here's happening in your local and national news. Six Flags Great America in North Suburban Gurnee will celebrate the 50th anniversary of the amusement park this weekend. The festivities are set to run from tomorrow to August 9th. The park will be open until 10 p.m. every night of the celebration. One feature will be a new nighttime spectacular that includes a stage show and a parade. In other news, a man is charged with burning a cross last week in downtown Chicago. Merlin Liu faces hate crime, arson, and other charges. In the June 9th incident in Grant Park, he was arrested on Monday. In an interview this week with Chicago's NBC5, Liu said he burned the cross as a protest against President Trump. In other news, M&M's has launched a new limited edition banana nut bread flavor inspired by the classic breakfast treat. The candy features a crunchy peanut coated in milk chocolate with the flavor of warm banana bread. The new variety is being sold in 9-ounce pouches and is currently available exclusively at Kroger affiliated stores. Fans of sweet and savory flavor combinations are already buzzing about the annual unusual new release. And falling gas prices are bringing some relief to consumers after months of elevated prices due to the conflict with Iran. Monica Nelson reports.
According to Motor Club AAA data, gas prices have fallen below $4 per gallon for the first time since March, while prices have dropped sharply from this year's peak at $4.56 to $3.99. The cost is still more than 34% higher than before the U.S. and Israel launched the war in February. The drop in retail gas prices is thanks to tumbling oil prices, but experts are cautious about how much further prices really can fall. I'm Monica Nelson.
I'm Logan Page, and that's what's happening in your news now on WVON 1690 AM.
Father's Day is Sunday, June 21st, and WVON invites you to honor the fathers and father figures who have made a lasting impact on your life. Whether it's your father, grandfather, uncle, mentor, coach, or another special man who helped guide your journey, we want to hear your tribute. Call 773-336-3456 and leave a heartfelt message, or download the WVON app and use the open mic feature to record your greeting. Your message may be featured on the air, so be sure to tell your family and friends to tune in, because every great story has someone who helped write it. This Father's Day, help us celebrate the men who made a difference. Call 773-336-3456 or download the WVON app and use the open mic feature to leave a message. Happy Father's Day from the Talk of Chicago, WVON.
Hey Alexa, play WVON 1690 AM.
Getting WVON 1690 AM station from iHeartRadio.
Try it out for yourself. America is listening to WVON. Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter.
We're up to way over 400 million here. Yeah, giving money back. How about that? People in Bellwood got 10 million, Broadview 6 million, Burnham 3 million, South Holland 17 million. The city of Chicago's up to $190 million that we have given back to African Americans. Who does that? Nobody does that but WVON.
Cook County Treasurer Maria Pappas with Black Houses Matter, Monday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Trouble sleeping lately? Upgrade to the great sleep you deserve at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. Choose from a curated selection of top brands and let their sleep experts help you narrow it down. They make sleep easy.
Now back to Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Welcome back. That wasn't too long, right? WVON 63 years and counting. The afternoon show with Atiba Buchanan, LaDonna Raeh. Guys, you can hit those phone lines, talk about whatever you like. Whatever you like. 773-591-1690. Let's go to the phone lines. Tommy, you're live on WVON.
I'll get the information and make sure on tomorrow.
Tommy,
I'll do because
let's come back to him. All right, guys. Tommy, if you hear me, you can call back. He's just taking another call. You know, I was talking to Atiba about, he is calling back. I was talking to Atiba about a myriad of things. And this has been a very busy week. Seriously. We have gone from our Monday all the way to the Obama Center. And to be honest with you, Chicago, it's never been a better time to be in Chicago. I know that we have history to make and we are being a part of it, but talking to our kids about what these historical monuments actually mean, that is so important so that they don't take it for granted, kind of like we may have. Things have happened while we were sitting right there and we look back on it and go, oh yeah, that was important. But to actually experience it in real time and understand what it is you're stepping your foot into, or to understand the magnitude of what's going on around you, I think that is so notorious for our children to get at this moment, in this day, and not wait until 20 or 30 years later. Let's go ahead and grab Tommy. Tommy, you're live on WVON.
First of all, let me apologize to you guys for not being astute enough to be to speak when spoken to.
That's okay.
But the most important thing, the reason why I called, is because it's as simple as this. First, hey, Atiba, and especially to you, LaDonna, especially to the staff of WVON, especially to Melody Span Cooper, especially to Doc, who must be my counselor because I speak with him almost every other day. My point of what I am saying is simply this. If you didn't know, now you know. If you've been up under some kind of rock, if you've been so high, if you've been so discouraged, if you believe that your status and what you have achieved in your life somehow or some way has eliminated you from the experience of the illegality that has taken place against the culture of individuals known as blacks in this country, shame on you. A cross burning is a symbol as the same thing of what happened in the Holocaust. There is no reason right now for us to be going over things that we have been going over for decades, so let me close. The truth is now known. What is hidden has been revealed. From the 1800s to 2026, you're still talking about basic humanistic rights in order to build a community, take care of your family, and here's the wonderful news as I go. We have done exactly that. That's why we're here. That's why we're going to be here. And the last thing is that I am so thankful for being in a city that hosts a black president of the United States of America, because my stinking thinking said to me that it would never happen. So if you think that we cannot overcome, we have already overcome. Now we need to overcome ourselves. Goodbye.
Love you, Brother Tommy. Thank you so much. Let's keep it going with Brother Chris. Thank you for calling.
Good afternoon, Brother Atiba, Dr. LaDonna. Beautiful day with the Obama presentation. Beautiful day. I was a little disappointed, though.
And what?
Just the whole presentation. There was missing somebody that was very dear to me.
Kid Rock?
Absolutely. Where was Kid Rock? Where was Vanilla Ice? Where was the MMA fighting?
I knew where you were going.
Oh my goodness.
And then, hey, the guy with the cross, you know how they found out it was him?
How?
He left some shrimp fried rice by the tree. Hey, y'all have a good evening.
Goodbye, brother.
I can't.
Oh my God. Oh.
And speaking of which, so, we were going to talk about this burning cross
yesterday.
Do you want to put it to rest, or
no? Get it off your chest.
Because having this conversation, I spoke to my kids last night or earlier this week, and I said, "What does a burning cross mean to you?" Now they're 16, going on 17, and they said, "I don't know. What does it mean?" I said, historically. Think about all of the discrimination, everything that you've seen that symbolizes Black hate. And they still didn't really know what a burning cross meant. Now, I know that that's just one group of people, but I thought about the evolution of symbolism. For instance, the rainbow. Rainbow originally meant that God was not going to break his promise. He wasn't going to flood the earth. And then it turned into Frosted Lucky Charms or something. And then the next thing you know, it symbolizes the LGBTQ community. So it evolved. The symbolism of the rainbow evolved. The cross, the burning cross, has that not evolved? Is it possible that the burning cross has evolved if the young man says that he was protesting Trump by putting a MAGA hat on top of it? Is it possible that he did not understand, or should I say perceive, there's the perception word, perceive that burning a cross with a MAGA hat still meant white supremacy? Because one seems to cancel out the other. If I'm putting the captain of white supremacy on top of a burning cross, can that be an evolution of symbolism? What he did? Is it possible? Because first of all, I didn't see it as the first thing you think about. Yeah, it's hate, it's hate, it's hate. But I didn't change my mind. I never made up my mind until I realized it was not on Black property. It was in Grant Park. If you're going to follow the spell, do it right. Okay? That would make it hate. That would make it a hate crime to me. but it was in the middle of Grant Park with a hat supposedly burning on top of it, burning in flames. So I can't say that I agree that it was a hate crime, but it certainly should be investigated.
All right, let's go to the phone lines because the listeners have some thoughts. Miss Janice, what are your thoughts?
How you doing today? I just want to say, when Jesse was joking with a man and he said Jaime Town, he never lived it down. When Gus Savage stood up for black folks, but the Jews didn't like what he said, he never stood up. My mother made us when we were kids. Now, I'm 67, 68, I get my years messed up. Said that she took us and my cousin, second cousin, you know how these down south people be all ages. They took us to let us see a school that was firebombed because black people couldn't be there. Do you know when they called Obama a house Negro, that man over there, all my black coworkers didn't know what a house Negro was? We don't teach our kids our history. I bet you my nephews know what that burn was. I knew that my mother knew the crux of the Klan.
How old are your nephews?
We had to know it. That's how we survived.
How old are your nephews?
One of them is in his 40s.
Okay.
But he knew because
That's
the first
different.
person.
See, I expect somebody in their 40s to know. My son is 16.
Yes, but we knew at 16 because my mother.
But we knew at 16 back then. It was still a white supremacist symbol. Back then, it was. When was the last time we haven't seen this in a mighty long time? There's a gap here. And I'm not saying that the history doesn't exist. I'm saying that maybe the newer generations don't see it as that because of the evolution of symbolism.
I understand. That's why our young men will call their women B's and H's, and that's why I can't see out of my right eye, and I didn't push a button. A young black man cussed me out to everything but a child of God. Back in my day, when black people didn't have PhDs and didn't have degrees, we knew a respect.
Yep.
We used to say when the outside world doesn't respect us, we must respect ourselves.
I agree.
Thank you, Miss
so
Janice.
much.
We appreciate your perspective. Kay, you're up.
Hi, Kay.
Hey, Miss LaDonna, I sent you an email.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'll check for it.
I did. I feel that immigrants and different people that are not from the United States and that don't know our history, that they are coming into a country that has blood-soaked, unresolved issues that our country has never apologized for. So why did he pick a cross? He could have picked a torch. Or he could have just burned it on the ground like they do the flag. So I think that he knew exactly what he was doing, and he's just trying to explain it away. But I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
So why wouldn't he put it on black property, black church, black museum, black anything, black business? Why would he put it in Grant Park?
But what did he say the cross symbolized? Why would he do a cross?
Well, he said that he was protesting against the president of the United States by putting a MAGA hat on it.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't have to do it on a cross.
I understand that, but a cross is very, you know what I'm saying? It's a very common symbol. I mean, we wear it around our necks, even though we're not supposed to, but we wear it around our necks. And for him to choose a cross, you know, this is just my observation in the evolution of how things have changed. And we want to, I'm not saying give people grace because of ignorance. I'm saying that if the intent is not that intent, then it just isn't. We don't own a burning cross. They don't own a rainbow. I got rainbow colored shoes. Does that mean I'm gay?
Right, but as you talk about the evolution, the evolution is he doesn't have to put it on black property for black people to know what that means.
Well,
he doesn't have to put it on black property. If you have a burning cross, black people know what that means. Whether you put a MAGA hat on it or whatever.
Historically, crosses burning have been on black property. Historically,
exactly, and he's evolving. And he's evolving. We don't have to have it on black property for it. It's like you're saying it's evolving, but we're not accepting that it doesn't have to be on black property for it to be a slap against black people. But he's evolving. Well,
right, but he didn't say that's what it meant. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't say that.
He's the one that burned it. He's the one that put it there. So
Right. I think he's trying to explain his way out of it.
Oh yeah, I don't think he has to.
Thank you, Miss K. We
Yeah,
appreciate
I don't
you.
think he has to. I mean, yeah, we got to go to traffic and weather, and when we come back, straight to the phone lines.
More from Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh coming up on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
Healthy eating starts with balance. Adding more fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains can help fuel your body and mind. And that's your healthy reminder.
This healthy reminder is sponsored in part by U Chicago Medicine.
This June on Vaughn TV, the culture takes center stage. First, dive into the stories behind today's biggest names in music with a new original series, now trending hip-hop. From the lyrical mastery of Kendrick Lamar, the fearless creativity of Doechii, to the genre-bending brilliance of Doja Cat and Tyler, the Creator. Discover how these artists are shaping music, culture, and the future of hip-hop.
Chart-topping, genre-bending, culture-defining. These are the new voices. The digital poets of a generation raised on hustle, hashtags, and heartbreak. They're not waiting for a seat at the table. They're building their own. This is more than music. This is a movement. This is hip-hop.
And for music lovers who appreciate where it all began, don't miss Echoes Across the Tracks, the history of the blues. Narrated by Morgan Freeman, this powerful documentary traces the roots of the blues from the Mississippi Delta to its worldwide impact, exploring the music that helped generations endure, inspire, and overcome.
You ever go into any club and they're playing that kind of music, it's not rock and roll, it's blues. It's blues rock or blues whatever, it's got that backbeat on it.
From the roots of the blues to the future of hip-hop, it's all happening this June on Vaughn TV. Stream anytime on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and at Vaughn TV.
Hey, child.
Yo, fellas, when was the last time you checked in with you? We're bringing the barbershop talk to the airwaves. It's time to get real about our wellness, identity, and what it means to feel good from the inside out. The Groomer Room is back, a no-fluff radio series made for the fellas, by the fellas. We're talking health, hustle, healing, and everything in between. No filters, no judgment. Real conversations that hit home, whether you're grinding, growing, or just trying to figure it all out. This space is for you. Listen weekly on Thursdays from June 4th to June 26th. It will be hosted by Matt McGill, Atiba Buchanan, and Rufus Williams. Only on the station that brings you what's now and what's next. 1690 WVON, the Groomer Room, where the real ones pull up.
This Black Music Month, WVON presents the Chicago Catalog, celebrating the artists who gave Chicago its soundtrack. Brought to you by AARP.
Before Chicago became known for soul, house, and hip-hop, there was Chess Records. Founded in Chicago in 1950 by brothers Leonard and Phil Chess, Chess Records helped define the sound of modern American music. Home to legends like Muddy Waters, Chuck Berry, Etta James, Bo Diddley, and Howlin' Wolf. The label became a cornerstone of blues, rhythm and blues, and rock and roll. Its influence extended far beyond the recording studio. In 1963, Leonard Chess purchased radio station WCHI and transformed it into WVON, the voice of the Negro, creating one of the most influential Black radio stations in America. Together, Chess Records and WVON amplified Black voices, elevated Black culture, and helped establish Chicago as a global music powerhouse. And the world never stopped listening.
The Chicago Catalog, an exclusive Black Music Month series brought to you by AARP, a proud supporter of Black Music Month.
It's Rufus Williams.
Chris, good morning. Welcome to VON.
Ain't no jive on the morning drive with Rufus Williams. Thank you, brother.
Weekdays at 7 a.m. on the Talk of Chicago, 1690 WVON.
This report is brought to you by RockAuto.com. A bent tie rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices, delivered right at your door. All the parts your car will ever need. Rock Auto.
WVON traffic and weather now.
Good Thursday afternoon, Chicago. I'm Logan Page, and here is your traffic update. Dan Ryan, downtown on 95th. Stop and go traffic, and please be cautious. There is an accident reported. Dan Ryan at 76th Street, 23 minutes. I-57, Ryan I-80, no delays. 15 minutes. Bishop Ford, Ryan I-80, 94, please be cautious. There was an accident on the entrance ramp. Bishop Ford, from 115th Street, 22 minutes. Stevenson, DuSable, Lakeshore Drive to the Tri-State. Please be cautious. There is an accident on the left shoulder. Stevenson at Pulaski Road, 51 minutes. Eisenhower, Wolfdo Post Office, stop and go traffic, 39 minutes. Kennedy, downtown to O'Hare, stop and go traffic, an hour and 9 minutes. In Edens, Montrose Lake Cook, 4-minute delay, 21 minutes. Your weather for today, Chicago. Easy, breezy, beautiful, Chicago. Partly cloudy and scattered showers. Later tonight, high of 75 and a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 77 and a low of 60. It's currently 73 degrees and cloudy. That's your traffic and weather update now. I'm Logan Page on the Talk Chicago, WVON, 1690 AM.
From the Xfinity Studios at WVON, it's Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Raeh on Chicago's Essential Storyteller, 1690 WVON.
And we're back. That's right. Atiba Buchanan, LaDonna Raeh on the afternoon show. We're going to close it out in just a few minutes. We're going to go straight to the phone lines just about. Well, I said that already. I'm repeating myself today, seemingly. But we left off talking about this burning cross. And, I was saying how the evolution of symbolism can take place per the generation and their intent. I just brought up the quote that was given by the perpetrator. Merlin Liu was arrested on Monday, as you well know. I'll skip all of that. But he said that he was responsible for burning the cross, and which has a long history in acts of racial terrorism against Black people, but said he intended it to be a protest of the federal government, not a hate crime. He also said, I did know about the historical relevance beforehand, but I didn't know the severity, how racially motivated it may seem from what I did, Liu told the station, because my protest has nothing to do with race, nothing to do with gender. Let's go ahead to the phone lines.
All right, Pianki, you're up.
Hey, Pianki.
You talk about symbolism. There's an organization called the Seville Knights in Spain, and their attire that they wear during their celebrations is just like the clan robes and the clan hood. The swastika, the church in La Bella, Ethiopia, their windows, the insets in the window is the swastika. It's there today. It was there before there was a Hitler. The whole story about Alice in Wonderland comes out of Benin with the Dagara people right there at the northern edge of Ghana, and also Cinderella, the Egyptian story, way before we ever heard about it in the United States. So these symbols have been existing for a long time. We just not coming upon them. One of these days, I'll tell you what your name means, LaDonna. Talk to you later.
All right. Let's go ahead to the next caller.
Brother Kirkland, you're up.
Oh, good afternoon. I just wanted to point out to everybody, Juneteenth was not the end of slavery in the United States. It ended, that was when the Union Army came into Galveston, which is the southernmost tip of Texas. Very little of the Civil War was fought in Texas. The slaves were actually freed as the Union Army marched south. That's what freed the slaves. And they were considered contraband. And they were not African Americans, they were Africans because they had no citizenship until then. So please, people, stop referring to the slaves as African Americans. They were Africans.
Well, thank you for that.
Wait. Juneteenth should be nothing more than a regional celebration in Texas, just like Cinco de Mayo is only celebrated in the Puebla region of Mexico. That's not a national event. It's only celebrated where it took place. It was the 13th Amendment that ended slavery. At the end of the Civil War, the border states still were allowed to keep their slaves. They weren't freed until December of 1865.
Thank you.
for that,
Thank
Brother
you,
Kirkland. We
Kirkland.
always appreciate that information. Lawrence, take us home.
Good day, Atiba and LaDonna. I totally disagree with your reasoning, LaDonna. I believe he knew exactly what that cross burning symbolized. And back when they were burning the cross, slaves didn't own land. So that symbolizes white supremacy and hatred toward Black people. A lot of ethnic groups, once they come over here, particularly the Asian community, they are considered the model minority. Just like, to me, him giving that excuse was the overlay for the underplay, just like Rick Chow planted the gun on the young boy. They gonna always have a B, and C plan to explain their way out of it. But if they have a swastika, you can't tell the Jews whether it's on a synagogue or a grocery store. They're gonna hold to the fact that that's anti-Semitism, and nobody from their community or try to give the perpetrator an excuse or try to explain that away. We always do that. Give people in and out, and these ethnic groups that come over here, they take on the same white supremacist mindset.
Thank you, Brother Lawrence. I wanted to give LaDonna time to respond.
Hey, no response needed. That is how I feel. I feel like, you know what? I'm not going to give it any power. I said it needs to be investigated, but I'm not going to give it any power. It better not be on my lawn. I'll tell you that. Okay.
Amen.
That's what I mean by that. All right, guys. Happy Juneteenth coming up tomorrow. Shout out to Dr. Opal Staples. No, it's not Opal Staples. I was about to give credit to the singer Opal Lee, Dr. Opal Lee, for giving us this holiday and fighting for it. Guys, we will see you tomorrow. We're not normally on Fridays, but we will be reporting live from the OPC, also known as the Obama Presidential Center.
Come on.
That's right. All day long. Tune in, tap in, and don't miss out. We'll see you tomorrow on the afternoon show. Bye-bye for now.